Kendall Jenner discusses pregnancy and motherhood. I feel so young. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and updates. Kendall Jenner has always stood out from her famous family in many ways. While her sisters and even her brother Rob became parents fairly young, Kendall has continued to live life in her own way, often brushing off questions about babies and motherhood. Over the years, people have speculated about when she might have children, especially since she has been in public relationships, including with Bad Bunny, but she has never given in to the pressure. The topic of Kendall and motherhood seems to come up again and again, both in interviews and on her family's show, and each time she speaks, she makes it clear she is not in a rush. Her words reveal that she wants to live her life at her own pace, without feeling pushed into following a timeline that her siblings or the public expect. Kendall grew up in the spotlight, like all her siblings, under the watchful eye of their mother, Kris Jenner. Kris has often joked, and sometimes not so jokingly hinted, that she is waiting for Kendall to finally have a child so that every one of her children has given her a grandchild. Kris already has plenty of grandchildren from Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, Kylie, and even Rob, but Kendall remains the only one who is child-free. That fact has made Kendall stand out even more, because while people often see the Kardashian-Jenner family as larger-than-life figures with unlimited wealth and constant drama, Kendall's choice not to have children yet has made her a little more relatable to regular people her age. Many millennials and Gen Z adults who see parenthood being delayed in their own lives recognize themselves in Kendall, who has admitted to having struggles like anxiety while choosing to enjoy her independence. The questions around Kendall and whether she will become a mother intensified as her siblings started their families. Kylie had children at a young age, Khloe became a mom, Rob welcomed a child, and Kourtney and Kim have been raising kids for years. For many fans, the spotlight naturally turned to Kendall, wondering if she would be the last piece of the puzzle in Kris Jenner's big family legacy. Every time Kendall is seen with children in her family, or whenever she is spotted in public with certain outfits or gestures, rumors begin to swirl that she may finally be expecting. But Kendall herself has spoken openly about where she stands. In her July 2024 Vogue cover story, she reflected on how her perspective had changed since she was younger. She revealed that when she was a teenager, she always imagined that she would have kids by the time she was 27. At that point, she thought 27 sounded like the perfect age to settle down and become a mom. Interestingly, this belief wasn't unusual among millennials, many of whom used to set similar timelines for themselves, only to realize later that life does not always unfold according to those early plans. Kendall celebrated her 29th birthday recently and admitted that she no longer sees 27 or even 29 as an age where she feels pressured to start a family. Instead, she said she feels young, even at almost 30, and that she is really enjoying the freedom that comes with not having kids. For her, life at this stage is about independence, travel, work, and simply enjoying the opportunities that come her way without the responsibility of raising children. Her point was reinforced in December 2023 when pregnancy rumors were swirling online. Kendall decided to quietly address the gossip by sharing a series of photos on Instagram. In the pictures, she was holding a wine glass and sipping on wine, captioning it with a lighthearted line about enjoying her drink again. Many people understood what she was doing. Drinking alcohol while pregnant is unsafe, and Kendall's public display of drinking wine was a clear message that she was not expecting. Fans picked up on the clue right away, realizing that the rumors about her pregnancy were not true. This was not the first time such rumors had followed her, but she has often found playful and subtle ways to shut them down. Even within her family's reality show, The Kardashians, the subject of Kendall having children often comes up. In 2023, during season 4, a producer jokingly asked Kendall about her pregnancy, knowing full well she was not pregnant. It was a lighthearted moment, but it highlighted how the idea of Kendall having children is almost a running theme both in the family and among fans. Kendall laughed it off and moved on, but the constant speculation does not seem to go away. At times, she has said it can feel a little overwhelming, but she chooses to handle it calmly. The pressure has not just come from fans or producers either. Kris Jenner herself has been very vocal about wanting Kendall to think about motherhood. During season 2 of their Hulu show, Kris even pushed Kendall to freeze her eggs. She seemed very eager, perhaps too eager, to make sure that Kendall would not miss the chance to have children later. Kris is known for being persistent when it comes to her family, and this was no exception. Kendall, however, responded with maturity, explaining that she still has a lot to figure out before welcoming a child into her life. She explained in her confessional interviews that she was happy living life on her own terms, enjoying her freedom, and not rushing into anything just because others wanted her to. Her statement showed a strong sense of self-awareness and independence, making it clear that she is comfortable where she is. Kendall's choice to remain child-free so far is not unusual when compared with wider trends among people her age. Many people in their late 20s and early 30s are focusing on careers, travel, personal growth, and mental health before making the huge commitment of parenthood. In fact, Kendall's honesty about her anxiety has made her more relatable. She has spoken openly in the past about how anxiety affects her life and career, and many people have appreciated that she is willing to talk about it, even while living in the spotlight. Parenting can be extremely demanding, and it makes sense that she would want to make sure she is ready mentally, emotionally, and practically before deciding to have children. Her fans often debate whether she will ever change her mind. Some think she will eventually follow in her siblings' footsteps, while others believe Kendall may choose a different life altogether. The fact that she is dating or has dated famous people, like Bad Bunny, has only fueled more speculation. Every time she is photographed with him, headlines appear wondering if the couple will take the next step and start a family. Kendall herself, however, rarely feeds into this. She has always kept her personal life more private compared to her sisters, who have been more open to sharing their relationships and children on camera. This privacy adds to the mystery and keeps fans guessing, but it also shows that Kendall values keeping certain things just for herself. At the core of all these discussions is the fact that Kendall is still very young, despite being in the public eye for so long. She began modeling as a teenager and has spent more than a decade as one of the most recognized faces in fashion. Yet, she is only in her late 20s, which for many people today is still a time for exploring and figuring life out. Her career has taken her around the world, from Milan to Paris to New York, walking the biggest runways and becoming the face of major fashion brands. This global lifestyle is not always easy to combine with raising children, and Kendall seems to know that very well. When Kendall says she enjoys her child-free freedom, it is not about rejecting family or motherhood forever. Instead, it seems to be about recognizing that life has stages, and right now she is in a stage where she wants to enjoy her time fully before moving to the next chapter. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.